flip, you flip, we flip. Get it? Because I flipped it. I did it. I have been doing Facebook Lives for 8 weeks. This is week number 8, and I literally just figured out how to flip it. So you're looking at the real me today, guys. It's not a mirror image. This is me. I feel so authentic right now. You can really see my real self. All right, I'm being snarky. Hey, it's RKA coming at you live for a 5 in 5. You know, I've never quite mastered the 5 things in 5 minutes, but I'm gonna keep getting on that horse and trying. I'm just gonna keep trying, guys. I'm not giving up. So this is a 5 in 5 live-ish, you know. Well, the live is not an ish, but the 5 in 5 might be. And today I'm coming at you talking about 5 marketing money pits. And this was inspired, I was talking to one of my clients yesterday, an awesome small business owner. She runs an amazing website for spiritual people and spiritual businesses, and she was telling me she is on the hunt for a marketing company. She is basically begging people to take her money, and I'm so glad that we were able to talk before she made this decision, because when she started telling me about some of the features and the services that different marketing companies were trying to sell her, I was like, stop the car. This is not, no, please, I'm begging you, don't throw your money away like this. And so it inspired me to talk today in this Facebook Live about money pits and ways that people throw away their money, drain their savings, and drain their confidence with it, and put their businesses at risk for kind of marketing magic pills that aren't really magical at all. And so let's just hit it, guys. 5 marketing money pits. I'm going to start at the top with number 1, SEO. Ouch! I mean, I'm not one of the people that believes that SEO is dead. Search engine optimization is still alive and well. It is still a thing. But I see small business owners throwing away cash on hiring these big fancy SEO companies to SEO their sites and then getting absolutely no results from it. And this is, you know, the client that I was using as an example, this was exactly it. She's been talking to some different marketing companies. Some of them specialize in social media. Some of them specialize in SEO. Some of them content marketing. And they're trying to sell her, the SEO company is trying to sell her this big, giant, fancy, thousands of dollars SEO package. And I can tell you right now, it's not going to work. This day and age, when we're in 2017 now, guys, SEO, especially for small businesses, it really does come down to creating awesome content that people love to engage with. Period. End of story. And if you've got a tiny site, a small site that maybe has a few dozen blogs on it, you got a couple of inner pages, you don't have a massive site, there's really not much that an SEO company can do for you, because in the eyes of Google, you really are a tiny grain of sand. The best way to stand out in search engines and the best way to get found is to create awesome content that people are going to find in search. And that's not something that a marketing company can typically do for you unless you've already identified your strong suit. And actually, Paul Zellers was talking about this earlier today in his Facebook Live, and he was talking all about precision and marketing. And this, I can't recommend that idea enough. You should check out his Facebook Live. I'll link to it after I'm done with this Facebook Live. And he was talking about this very thing, getting clear on your what, getting clear on your who, getting clear on your why, and bringing that into your marketing and being precise with your marketing. And so when you're trying to hire an SEO company to do that for you, you're going to waste your money, folks. It's a money pit. So number 1, SEO money pit, marketing money pit, especially for small business owners. Number 2 on this list, and I'm going to be quick with this one, is paying for likes. You don't need to pay for likes these days, guys. It's just that's not the way anymore. Maybe back in the day, pay for some likes, pad yourself up, make yourself look like you got a bunch of fans. But if you're paying for likes, really it is only a vanity thing these days. Organic reach is way down on Facebook, and it's going to continue going down. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because we are offset by all of the tools that Facebook has developed to allow us to advertise and get in front of our ideal client without necessarily having thousands and thousands of likes. So if you're going to pay for anything, don't pay for likes, pay for specific targeted ads, because likes, it's a vanity thing. It's not going to actually get you in front of your ideal client. And even if you had millions of likes, organic reach is down, so those likes aren't going to work for you as much as they would have maybe 4 years ago, for example. So stop paying for likes, guys. It's a money pit. Money waster isn't gonna help you. All right, Number 3 and number 4, I'm going to link them together. I'm going to put them together because here we are at 5 minutes, and 5 and 5, it's a dream. It's like one of those dreams. We're always, at the end of the rainbow, maybe I'll get to it, but maybe I don't want to achieve it. Maybe that's part of the journey. Nice. So anyway, let's stop wasting time talking about how I'm wasting time. So number 3 and number 4 marketing money pits are going to be low-cost social media maintenance or management, or whatever you want to call it, and low-cost content writing. And I hate to diss my social media friends, my content marketing friends, because I believe in both of these jobs. Both of these roles in a business can be helpful, but I see so often small business owners being like, okay, I'm on a budget, I need to do Facebook maybe, so I'm gonna hire someone to just do it for me. And because I'm on a budget, I don't have a lot to spend, so I'm just gonna find the cheapest person I can and hope that it works. And basically, just like I was saying with organic reach being down on Facebook and you don't need to pay for likes, if you're paying someone to create mediocre, low-cost content for you and throw it up on social media, you're wasting your money. And this goes back to what I was referencing with Paul Zauser, talking about precision in your marketing and figuring out your who and figuring out your what and figuring out your why and figuring out, as I was saying with SEO, what does great content mean to your audience? What does that even mean? So often small business owners want to skip this step. They're like, oh, but that's stressful and I don't really know and I don't really understand, so I'm just going to pay someone to kind of do it for me, except I don't have a lot to spend, so hopefully I will find someone on Fiverr. And it is, as I said, it's a money waster. It's a money pit because you're paying someone. This goes back to actually what I was saying a couple weeks ago with some of the painful business lessons that I learned the hard way. And one of those lessons was what was the lesson? It was only delegate something that you can afford to pay someone to master for you, or that you have already mastered yourself. So if you have done the work to get clear on who your audience is and what information and what messaging really lands with them and what they want to hear about and what they want to talk about and what catches their attention, then by all means you can bring in a social media company, a content writer to help you kind of consistently put out that message, right? So that you're not manually doing all this stuff yourself. But if you're paying, especially a low-cost social media manager or content writer to kind of just like throw spaghetti at the wall, just stop. Just stop. Take that money and or time and invest it in yourself and learning what it is that really lands with your audience. You got to figure out the what, you got to figure out the why, and you got to figure out the who before you hire these folks to try to do it for you, because spoiler, they can't and they won't. I mean, unless you have millions of dollars and you can just pay a company to do all that for you, what's the point of being a small business owner then? It's, so number 3 and number 4, low-cost social media managers, low-cost content writers, they're a waste of money. They're not going to move your business forward. And the final one, number 5, it's a big one, is a big, fancy brand story, brand experience. It's a money pit, guys. And it's not a money pit for every single small business, because branding matters. It really does. And creating a brand that resonates with people and that is alive and human and all that good stuff, that can go a long way. But just like I was saying before about small business owners who are kind of like paying someone else to do the hard work for them, if you are investing all of your money in a fancy brand experience before you figured out your what, your why, your who, you're going to be throwing it down the drain. A couple of years ago, I had a client come to me and she had spent like $10,000 plus working with this super fancy branding strategist in NYC who was the best of the best, and she gave her this like 30-page manual. It was gorgeous. I mean, it was impeccable, and the manual went through the visuals, and the manual went through the tone and exactly what words she should use and when she was describing her brand and how she should reach her audience and all that good stuff. I mean, this brand manual outlined every single detail of creating an amazing brand, and she used it for maybe a few months, and I helped her build a website based on that brand manual, and then she shut it down because she had paid someone to do this work for her before figuring out all this stuff herself, and as soon as she put it into practice, she realized this is not me. This brand is not me. It might resonate with people, but it's not me, and I'm living a lie right now. She had paid all this money for the fanciest brand strategist, that money could buy, and it didn't work at all for her. And, you know, this actually really hurt this person's business. She spent several years recovering from the investment that she had ultimately wasted, and it was really painful to watch. Super painful to watch, and that's why I did this Facebook Live today, folks, because I hate to see you waste your money. And I don't want to say any of these things that I just mentioned. SEO, paying for likes, no, take that out of there. Paying for likes is never good. Low-cost social media, low-cost content marketing, big fancy brand story, brand experience, all of this stuff can be beneficial to businesses. I don't want to say that it's worthless, but when you're doing this and you're spending money on this, instead of doing the work of figuring out what you're about, what outcomes that your clients really need, if you're doing that, if you're spending money over there, instead of doing that work, you are throwing your money away. And yes, the hidden number 6 here is the big fancy website. Absolutely, we can put the website on this list, because if you're spending money on a website before you figure out all these details, that's not a boomerang that's going to come right back to you, folks. That can hurt you. So take it from the experts. You don't want to waste your money in this area, and don't throw away your money in a money pit. And don't hire a web designer before you read my ebook, don'thirewebdesigner.com. Wasn't that tricky, sticky? I don't know, it felt a little bit weird. But if you do go to don'thirewebdesigner.com, I've written an ebook all about this and what you need to do to prepare yourself to have a successful online business before you spend a bunch of money on all these things that I just mentioned. So stay safe out there, kids. Hold on to your dollars and have a great week. I'll talk to you later.